Alright guys, I had a request from a viewer to how to go about removing and replacing the fuel injectors, and we'll get around to doing that in a second here. First off, I've had a few viewers asking me what Buick board I hang out at. You can catch me at I Had a V8. The other place you can go to if you want to learn about these cars is Steve Wood's site. It's called Vortex Buicks. Steve is what I refer to as, he's dumbed it down so everybody can understand it. If there's anything you need to learn about these cars, Steve has it on his site. It's like I said, he's dumbed it down. Anybody can understand it. Take your time, read it, spend a few hours there. What I'm going to do below the video is I'm going to post up the link for Steve's site and I Had a V8 forum where I hang out, and there's a lot of smart guys in there, a heck of a lot smarter than I am. If you have any questions, any tech stuff, just post it up there. It's a very, very tight-knit group. None of us are vendors on there. We're not there to sell you anything. We're just there to help you out. We don't make a dime off doing anything. Like I said, we're just there to help each other out, and we do the best we can. Steve Wood is on there. He's one of the very best in the business. I'm there too, but I just more or less ride on his coattails. He's the man. There's several other individuals on there that are, like I said, a heck of a lot smarter than I am, and we can help you out. Like I said, we're at I Had a V8, and go to Steve's site to learn everything, Vortex Buicks. Like I said, I'll put up everything, all the links below the video. I've dealt with a lot of Buick vendors over the years who've been very, very good, have quality parts. They're top-notch individuals. I'm also going to put their links up for their sites for all the Buick parts underneath the video, so have a look at all the links and enjoy. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to change the injectors in one of these cars. I'm not going to actually do it. I'm just going to show you guys what needs to be removed to get them out. It's pretty straightforward. It's very simple. If you wonder why I'm shaking, I live up here in Canada, about 90 minutes east of Toronto, and it's about 33 degrees Fahrenheit with a bit of a wind, and it is a tad cool out here. So anyway, I'll show you guys how to get these injectors out. They're pretty easy. I've got a spare fuel rail here, and we'll make things a little bit easier on you guys. So anyway, I'd ask that you guys have a pair of safety glasses and have several rags with you as well. Okay, so anyway, remove the positive battery cable. That'll stop the car from starting on fire, unless it's today. Kind of might make it nice and toasty out here. No, I'm just joking, guys. Get the battery cable off first. Okay. Next thing up is get the coil pack ignition module off. If you go to my other video, you'll see how to go about getting the coil pack ignition module off. It's very straightforward. I'll go over it real quick anyway. Just pull the wires off, the three at the front, three at the back. There's a nut here, there's a nut on the other side, and there's one bolt down below the coil pack in behind here. And the one other thing to get the coil pack off, go to the other side here. There's one bolt here, and that's for the electrical harness that plugs into the ignition module. And you can, once you get that off, you can lift the whole thing out of the way, and that's out of your way. On this side, you're going to need to get the AFPR off, adjustable fuel pressure regulator. Now hang on a second here. Just bring this in so you can see what it is. So your fuel rail, shit, stuck already. So your fuel rail sits like this. So you'll have to remove these two nuts. And there's a line down here. You'll have to remove that fuel line. Again, use a line wrench, get a rag underneath it, and because there's 40 pounds of fuel pressure there. But before you do that, guys, before you remove this AFPR, I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. Put your safety glasses on, grab a line wrench, and remove this here. Now, like I said, there's 40 pounds of fuel pressure sitting there. It's going to spray all over the place. Again, safety glasses on, use a line wrench, grab some rags, so open this up very slowly right here, and it's going to start, fuel start coming out. Have some rags, and wait till all the fuel pressure comes out of it. Now, there's 4 bolts that hold that fuel rail on. There's one back here, the one nut, which releases the ignition module. You've already got that off because you got the ignition module off and coil pack. There's another nut right here. And the other 2 nuts for the fuel rail are, there's one here, and this is the nut that holds the coil pack on. You'll already have that one off anyway. So I'll show you the 4 nuts where they are. Here's the fuel rail. So on the other side, you've got one here, you got one here, there's one here, and there's one here. Okay? Now, if you've got a fuel pressure gauge, you'll have to unhook it here wherever I got mine hooked up. If you don't, well, you have to skip that step. You don't have to do anything. So again, the two bolts for your AFPR right here, and once again, down underneath here, you've got a fuel line. Again, use a line wrench for it, have a rag underneath it, have your safety glasses on, and remove it, and that'll be it. You'll have to remove, I've got vacuum brakes on this, so you have to, if you got that, you'll have to get that out of the way. Now, you've got your throttle cable and your TV cable here. Now right here, all this does, if you can hold it over here with your right hand, just pull this straight forward and this will come off, okay? These ones down here, there's a clip here, just pull that clip off, this will come off. There's one on the inside here, same thing, there's a clip on it, pull it off, these cables will be out of your way. Now, there's a nut right here that has to come off for this bracket. There's a bolt, 2 bolts here on the top, and this will all pull out of your way. Okay, so you've got all this stuff is now out of your way. If there's any other wires or something I'm missing, guys, just get them out of your way. It's no big deal. I don't think there's anything else that has to come off as far as wires and that go. Now, to make life easy on yourself, you're probably going to want to unhook, pull this off right here, this vacuum hose, and these ones here, and they all pull off. They'll come off, they'll be out of your way. Your PCV is right here. It just pulls up and out, no big deal. Now, your injector wires, there's 3 on each side. So all you have to do to get them off, just pull these clips backwards, and then pull your injector wire off one at a time. Again, 3 on each side, no big deal. Now, you're down to getting your fuel rail off because everything's out of your way like I've showed you. What you'll have to do is, these injectors might be jammed down here from being in for a long time, and you'll have to start pulling up on this. Usually what we do is, we'll use a big long screwdriver and just gently start pulling, just start prying up just a little bit at the front back, and then go to the other side and keep doing it just nice and easy. Don't gorilla it. Don't gorilla the screwdriver, you'll end up bending your fuel line. But anyway, nice and easy, and they'll all come up. Now, some of them might get stuck down the intake, other ones might get stuck in the fuel rail. Doesn't really matter. Now, once you've got them out, there's an O-ring on each one of them. Take the O-ring off and go over to wherever you want to go, Napa, whatever your parts store is. Grab new O-rings, put them on. You'll need a bit of Vaseline for them to slide back down nice and easy when you put it back in again. Now, the way we go about doing it is, we put the injectors in here first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fuck, it's cold out here. And then what we do is, we just, with the injectors already in the fuel rail, we just slowly push it all back down in here into the intake, and then they're in. Now what you gotta do is, to finish off, just do the exact opposite of what I showed you. Put it all back together. It's very, very easy. Now, when you get finished, what I'm gonna have you do is, have somebody under the hood here make sure there's somebody here with you, and get in the car and turn the key. The fuel pressure will come on immediately. And you'll see if there's any leaks whatsoever from the injectors coming out. Now the fuel pressure comes up almost instantly, so after about 5 or 10 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever like that, if you don't see any fuel come out, it's a good deal. If it isn't, you'll have to take it off, pull it off again, and find out what's going wrong. But I haven't had it happen yet. We haven't had any leaky injectors at all. You should be okay. All right, guys, that's about it for today for how to go about changing injectors. And holy fuck, it's cold out here. I gotta go inside and get warmed up. Once again, guys, thanks so much for watching the videos. If there are any of them more I can shoot for you, let me know. And I'll freeze my ass out here in the driveway and I'll try and do the best I can for you. Once again, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice evening.